My turn.
Come together.
Shall we?
So, I just got back from seeing Justice League. This is a film I've been kind of iffy on. 'Cause I saw the first sizzle reel trailer, and I didn't really know what to expect because that first trailer didn't really tell us anything. Now there's like 8 trailers. So what did I think of it? It was fucking awesome. This movie was really fucking awesome. This movie made me feel things that I haven't felt since probably the first Avengers. Like seeing everyone together, seeing the Justice League come together, making jokes, punching people, fucking excellent. So let's talk about the cast. The Trinity, I love Henry Cavill as Superman. I love Ben Affleck as Batman. Not a huge fan of Gal Gadot, however you say her name, as Wonder Woman. She's kind of improving with every movie. She's getting better acting-wise, but I'm still not that big of a fan. Then we have newcomers, Ray Fisher as Cyborg. He was actually really good, and I was actually surprised that Cyborg kind of grew through the movie. Like I thought he was gonna be like dark and serious and brooding the entire movie because that's kind of what he was at the beginning, and I was like, no, I want a fun Cyborg, goddammit. I also want to say the CG on Cyborg definitely looked much better in the film. He looked like poo-poo in the trailers, and I'm glad they fixed it because I mean he's 90% CG. Also, fucking Aquaman was badass. That's something I never thought I would say ever in my life, but he was badass. He wasn't in it a whole lot, which is a little disappointing, but he was badass. Also, I'm kind of glad they didn't give like Lois Lane like a subplot. Maybe in the original script she had one, because I mean BVS, that's definitely the weakest part, is when she's like investigating the bullet. It doesn't need to be in there. It was just in there for filler, and she's just Superman's love interest in this, and that's fine. Did anybody else think Night Owl when they saw Batman in that armored suit and sunglasses? Because I did. Amber Heard had one scene in this movie, and it was honestly probably the worst scene in the entire movie. She's just there to kind of give exposition and give backstory to Arthur Curry, and it's like, we don't need that in this. He'll get that in his own movie. Like, it just felt really odd and out of place, to me anyway. Ezra Miller as the Flash. I haven't watched the Flash TV show. I just haven't. I don't have time. And I don't give that much of a shit about the Flash. But I hear Grant Gustin on that show is a really good Barry Allen. And that's fine, he might be. But I actually really, really love Ezra Miller in this role. He kind of, it seemed like he was like processing everything much quicker than everybody else was. And he was just constantly like twitchy, and that was awesome. I'm going to talk about Superman, because it's not really a spoiler. If you don't know that Superman's in this movie, you're an idiot. Superman is in this film. I won't say a whole lot about Superman, but I just want to bring up Henry Cavill's CGI mustache, because it was very fucking noticeable. Because it's kind of like Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One. If he was just standing there, not saying anything, it looked fine. It was totally unnoticeable. Then once he starts talking, you're like, that's not a way a regular human being talks. And you can tell. If you look at his upper lip, you can tell. There's some CG going on there. So that was a little distracting, but it's actually really fucking funny. Steppenwolf was kind of a lame villain. He didn't really, he was kind of just a generic villain. I wish out of the gate we had like a Loki-ish type villain for the Justice League. Not one like Loki, but just one that, is cool and not generic. I know Dick about Steppenwolf, except he has a fucked up face. Also, why was he all CG? He was all CG. He might have been mocap, but still, he was CGI. I don't get that. You could have just put a man in makeup and it would have looked much better, because the CGI in this movie is very noticeable that it's fake. I guess they don't have the Marvel bucks yet, which is fine. They'll get there. And I could totally see people complaining that this doesn't have the same tone of Batman vs Superman, because it doesn't. This is a much lighter tone than Batman vs Superman. So far, Batman vs Superman is the darkest of the DCEU films. But I'm going to be putting out a video, hopefully sometime soon, talking about BVS and how BVS is the dark chapter of a 3-part arc for Superman and even Batman. Oh, I gotta fucking talk about Batman. There's one scene that this movie fucking opens with where it's Batman in Gotham just being Batman, and I pooped so hard. It was amazing. Because they've kind of made Gotham kind of like the Tim Burton-ish Gotham, so it's always raining, it's always dark, it's always, lightning everywhere. And I was like, that's fucking brilliant. I love that. And it's just Batman being Batman. He's not killing people anymore. He did blow up that Parademon though. Parademon lives matter. There was some pacing issues overall, especially near the beginning. They kind of rush everything. It's like we gotta get to the Flash. We gotta get to Cyborg. We gotta blah 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 blah. Take it slower. I think this movie's only like an hour and 59 minutes when it easily could have been like 2.5 hours. I would have fucking watched that. There are some noticeable scenes that are clearly reshot by Joss Whedon. There are several scenes where I'm like, yep, that's Joss Whedon. There's several. And it's not really distracting because, again, the overall tone is light, but it's a little distracting. So there's not really much I can talk about without spoiling anything other than this movie was fucking awesome. This movie is the first Avengers for me. I've wanted to see a Justice League film since I was a little kid, and we fucking got one, and it's good. It's great. It's excellent. It was a lot of fun. I'd go see it again, but I don't wanna. So now on to spoilers. If you've seen the film, stick around. If you haven't, leave. Or if you just don't care, you can stay. I don't really care. First, Green Lantern. There was a Green Lantern in this film. It wasn't Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart. It wasn't like any of the main ones, but there is a Green Lantern in here, and it's during a flashback. It actually is a pretty cool battle scene between the Atlanteans, Amazonians, and I guess a Green Lantern versus Steppenwolf. It actually looked pretty cool, but he fucking died, and the ring zipped off. So Green Lantern is in this universe somewhere. He's just chilling. And I hope he's not Ryan Reynolds. Superman comes back. I've already talked about that. He at first I didn't know how much he would be in the film. He's actually in the film a lot more than I thought he would be. And I didn't want to say too much in the non-spoiler section, but here I'm just gonna say he comes back as a bad guy at first, but it's kind of a little switcheroo. He's not, because I thought he was gonna be working with Steppenwolf when he came back. Nope. He comes back and he's kind of like a child. He has no idea what the fuck is going on. He doesn't know anybody. He doesn't remember anything. And then his memory kind of starts coming back to him. And that's when he suits up and becomes Superman. I'm a little disappointed we didn't see the black suit, but whatever. We'll see that some other time, hopefully. I will say they lightened the fuck out of his suit. His suit is bright blue, and it looked glorious. They also played his goddamn theme. Well, it was like they kind of put a hint of his theme in there. I don't know why they did that. They could have just played the regular theme. But I could definitely hear the fucking Superman theme, and it was fucking excellent. They also did that with Batman. They played the Tim Burton, the 1989 Batman theme, that's fucking awesome. There are also two after credit scenes. The first one is totally Joss Whedon. Totally, you can tell that's him. They kind of did a reverse Marvel, because Marvel usually has the important, setting up the other movies post-credit scene first, and then the goofy bullshit nonsense one second. This one was kind of bullshit nonsense when first. It was great though. I'm just saying. And then the second one, I'll talk about the second one here in a minute, because I almost pooped in the theater. I almost pooped in a public place. It was so great that it almost made me defecate. But the first post-credit scene is Flash and Superman having a race, and it's fucking awesome. We actually don't see the race. We kind of just get them chatting about to do the race. But I was like, oh my God, they're getting it. Warner Brothers, you're getting it. This is what people want to see. They don't want to see ultra dark. They don't want to see, brooding. They want fun, lighthearted. You're getting it. And the second post-credit scene, oh my God. Not only do we see Lex Luthor, he's out of jail somehow. I guess because he's Lex and he can do whatever the fuck he wants. But we also see Deathstroke. And he looks, oh my God, he looks badass. He looks way better than the one on Arrow. The one on Arrow looked cheap as hell. This one, he looks fucking amazing. He's played by Joe Manganiello? Joe Manganiello, I think is his name. That's what I'm gonna call him, Joe Manganiello. He looked fucking great. I can't wait to see Deathstroke in a Batman movie or whatever the fuck else he's gonna be in, because that's awesome. And they also talking about setting up their own team. So could we get a Legion of Doom? Could we get the Injustice League? We could get fucking anything. Give me Legion of Doom though, because I like that name better. So Justice League shocked the shit out of me. It was fucking excellent. I loved it. It was awesome. I recommend everyone go see this movie. Go see this. And it's still, some people will say, yeah, well, it's a lighter tone. It doesn't match up with the other ones. Fuck you. All right. It's a great movie. Just fuck you. I can't remember the last time I was just actively smiling the entire fucking time in a movie. I think The Avengers, maybe Civil War did that. It was fucking excellent. I recommend it. Everyone go see this twice, 3 times, maybe even 4 times. I don't understand the score on Rotten Tomatoes though. But yeah, go see it. It's great.
It's good to see you playing well with others again.
Just like a bat. I dig it.
Maybe temporary.
Why didn't I put on a Justice League shirt? I'm a fraud.